All right, I'm recording. So, yay, welcome to the team call, guys. Super excited to have you all on. I'm really pumped about this topic. I know Lauren mentioned last week that or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, I don't remember, but that a marketing plan is something she really wanted to talk about. And to be honest, like there are a ton of calls out there about marketing plans. Melanie Mitro is a flippin' rock star when it comes to her marketing. So let's see. Sorry. Here we go. I'm just making sure we mute everyone so we don't have like echoes and stuff. So there's tons of information out there about marketing plans, but I'm excited to share with you guys some things that I've learned and that I'm still learning and that I'm trying to implement and that I am implementing. And yeah, we're just going to go from there. So I'm going to, before I do though, I just wanted to say, like, I am watching you guys. I'm kind of a little bit of a Facebook stalker. And we have like an amazing team. Can I just like throw that out there? I mean, you guys are posting like rock stars and you're sharing your lives and you are sharing your fitness journeys and you are unapologetically inviting people to join you. And I just love it. Like that's what this is. The only way we're going to be able to bless people and help people and change lives is if we are sharing our own journey, right? If we're being proof that the products work and we're inviting and we're bettering ourselves through personal development. And I can see that you guys are doing that. And I just want to say, like, I am inspired by you and I just love you. And I'm so excited about everything that this team is doing. So keep up the good work. I have no doubt that people are watching you. And if you ever doubt that, like they are, like I'm continually amazed at people that come to me and are like, hey, I've been watching you for a while and I'm ready. And people that I haven't even invited or didn't even know or whatever. So keep doing what you're doing because sometimes it takes a while, right? Like Gary Vee said at Summit, it's all about patience. We just have to have patience. And I'm going to bring that up again later. But let's jump into this. I'm going to share screen. You guys know me, and my PowerPoints are not exciting, but too bad. Okay. Let's see if I can figure out how to. All right. Now I can't see you guys anymore, and I can't see myself. So I'm just going to trust that this is still working. And if it's not, just unmute yourself and tell me. Okay, so creating your market plan or your marketing plan, turning a hobby into a business. I think first of all, you need to ask yourself, is this a hobby or is this a business for you? When I started out, it was a hobby. Like I jumped in and wanted to learn everything I could and knew that I would hit Success Club every month. But I still was kind of treating it like a hobby. Like I still was just kind of doing it when I wanted to do it. I wasn't setting up a plan at all. I was just kind of posting and inviting, and I was doing the vital behaviors, but I wasn't treating it like a business. I was treating it like a hobby. And when I finally recognized the potential of the business and the opportunity that was in front of me, I realized I had to step out of hobby zone and move into business zone. Now, if you are in hobby zone, that is okay, right? Like this business is totally set up for us, and like we can take what we want from it. If you want it to be a hobby, if you want to just get your Shakeology covered, if you want to just make a couple $100 a month, cool. Like you can do that, and you can do that without spending a ton of time and without like stressing yourself out or whatever. So great. Be a hobby coach. That is so awesome. But if you want this to be a business, then it's time to start treating it like a business. When you fail to plan, you plan to fail. How many of us tell our challengers that? I talk about that a lot when we're talking meal planning. The fact is, the same quote applies to our business. If we do not have a plan set out, then we are going to fail. And obviously we're all going to fail. Like there's going to be failures along the way, but hopefully we're failing forward and getting better and improving and learning from those failures. So we need to have a plan. Work as if this is already a six-figure income business. That's something that I remember hearing probably Brigida say years ago, that she jumped in and treated this like she actually used the word $1 million business. And for her, it is now, like 4.5 years in, she's now earning that much, you guys. Like, it's kind of crazy when you think about that. But the point is, she started out on day one acting as if this was $1 million business or a 6-figure income business. She wasn't making any money. And I think sometimes we forget that. I think sometimes we look at these top coaches and these leaders in our organizations, and especially in our upline, like we've got a crazy, amazing upline, and they are making serious incomes, but we forget that they started in the same place that we are starting, right? Like, they started with just a few Facebook friends or without any experience. They didn't know how to post. They didn't, sometimes we hear on the National Wake Up Call stories of when these people were beginning coaches, and it's like, oh, they're totally coming from the same place that I did. So we have to remember that we're all in this together. You know what I mean? Like, we can turn this into whatever we want to turn it into. It's just a matter of sticking with it, learning from our mistakes, and treating this like a 6-figure income business. And really, you have to keep your why at the center of everything. I think the moment that we step away from why we're doing this, why we want to help people, why we want to grow a business, it becomes work. And one thing that I love about this job is it doesn't feel like work for me. This is fun. Like, this is my outlet. This is what I get to do instead of, dishes and like carpool or whatever. Not that I don't love those things. I love my babies and I love being a stay-at-home mom, and I love that I can fit this into that. But the fact is, I love this job more, like, so much. And it's because I know my why. It's because I know why I'm doing this and why I'm going to continue doing this. In fact, just a side note real quick. My husband and I were talking the other night, and I'll be honest with you guys, it's been an interesting couple of months, right? I think we've all kind of seen the ups and downs of our businesses, especially those that have been in it longer. And financially, like, I expected to be at a different place than I am now, and I'm not. And I was talking to Sean about it, and he said, and I kind of laughingly said, what if I'm still in the same spot in like 2 years, like over 4 years in? And he was like, well, what if you are? Are you going to quit? And I was like, no, because I genuinely love what I'm doing. Even if I never make another cent more than what I'm making right now a day in my life, I love what I'm doing. I know that I'm helping people. I'm connecting with people. I'm creating friendships and relationships. And I have fun doing this. So I think remembering why you do this and why you want to do this is going to help in the day-to-day and the turning this into a business. And let me digress again. This is going to keep growing. Like, I know that in 2 years I'll be making more than I am now, and our team is going to be like this rock star huge team, because we're all going to have our own teams. So don't let that little funny story let you think that I think we're going to be staying like this. We're not. Like, we're moving forward. But anyways, keep your why at the center of everything. Okay, now, I know I'm talking fast. It's because I want to get everything in and leave some time for questions and things. So I'm sorry if I get a little blah. Get organized. I think this is something that I've been working on for 2 years and will continue to work on for the years to come. But we have to get organized if we're treating this like a real business. Like, 6-figure income earners are not just winging it. They're organized. So first of all, set business hours. I've tried in the past, and this is something we all kind of have to do on our own, right? Like, figure out your schedule, figure out what your hours are going to be. I've tried in the past to set, like, every Monday is going to look like this. Every Tuesday is going to look like this. Every Wednesday, whatever. That's just not the case for me. My life is a little bit too crazy. 4.5 kids. My husband's schedule is always changing. He doesn't have a set schedule. Like, tomorrow he has the whole day off, and tomorrow's his birthday. So I'm not going to be working that much. I'm going to get my butt up early and get some things done. And then, maybe stay up late after we've had our fun, whatever. But my point is, setting my business hours is a day-to-day thing for me. Sure, I know generally when I will be doing some things, like if I set up a business call with you guys or with, my personally sponsored coaches or whatever, then that's set. Like, I put that on the calendar and that's happening during business hours. But every night I look at my next day and I figure out, okay, these are going to be my business hours. And I just schedule everything in. Know what you're going to do during those business hours. If we just have these hours set aside to do work, and we're like chilling on Facebook, that's such a waste of time. Okay. And how many of us are guilty of getting caught in that like funnel of Facebook? I know I am. I have found myself just scrolling and going, what am I doing? Like, I'm just wasting my life away here. This is not moving my business forward. So you need to know what you're going to do during those hours. When I set my hours, I know, okay, this is when I'm doing my power hour. This is when I'm doing my, whatever, like just whatever it is that I need to do. I have it figured out. Limit distractions. I need to take my phone and place it down or turn it on airplane mode, because whenever anything pops up at me, it's like, it's like, I can't help it. I look at it and then sometimes I open it and it's so distracting. So limit distractions. Kids can be a distraction. I try and get my work done in hours when kids are like happy and doing their own thing. Now, right now, school started today for my kids. So I've got 3 in school and 1 home. And while today didn't go as I had planned, she still loved quiet time. Like, she had this movie and was happy down there for an hour and a half to almost 2 hours. So that was like a good chunk of time that I was able to just sit and focus and get some things done. Without feeling like I was ignoring my kid, you know what I mean? And yet without having her as a distraction too. So, all right, my last little point for getting organized: eat your frog first thing in the morning. How many of you, I'm looking for it. If you haven't yet, again, I can't see you, so I hope you guys can see this book, but if you haven't already read this book called Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy, I highly suggest it. 21 Great Ways to Stop Procrastinating and Get More Done in Less Time. It definitely helped me. It's one that I need to reread because, again, I can always be better at that. But eating my frog first thing in the morning, I'll talk about my own personal schedule in here in a little bit. But my frog is inviting and following up. And so I try to get that done first thing in the morning, because when I don't, I'm thinking about it all day and kind of stressing over it and letting it turn into like a bigger frog than it needs to be. So whatever your frog is, figure out the earliest time you can get it done and then get it done. Okay, work calendar. All right, when it comes to like your actual calendaring, you need to know when you're going to run groups, write it down, and stick to it. Now, this is something that I am continually like switching around and figuring out, trying to figure out what works for me, what works for the people that I am trying to help. Okay, this goes for free groups, challenge groups, coach basics groups, sneak peeks into coaching, whatever, like whatever groups you're running, have it on your calendar and know. So you can see here, this is like a terrible, terrible picture, but too bad. This is my September calendar. And if you look, let's see, I don't know if you can see my little pointer here. If you look down in the bottom right corner, those are, and you can't really see it that well up here, but the numbers stand for the number of the day of the challenge. So like the purple one is my back to school fitness challenge. You can see right here is the 1, 2, 3. That just keeps me on track for when I'm posting as well. Like we're 8 days in or whatever. And the green one is my coach basics. Now for a while there, I tried to follow some Melanie Mitro. If you guys know her schedule, she's talked about it before. She starts a coach basics on the first Monday of every month and a challenge group on the third Monday of every month. And I tried following that schedule because in my head, I thought she's the #1 coach in the business, so it works. But I figured out that it didn't work for me. So especially I think during this pregnancy, I need more than those 2 weeks, I feel like, to fill up my challenge group and hit Success Club. To be honest, that's just my thing. So, and I found that a lot of people like starting, and I'm this way, they like starting something big, like a big fitness thing, their big goals, their big whatever. They like starting it at the beginning of a month. So I have decided to, for the next little while, we'll see how this goes. This is kind of like, I'm just playing with this right now, but I will be starting a challenge group and a coach basics on the same day every month, the first Monday of the month. Now here's my thought with that. So I know when Melanie Mitro does her calendar, she spends the first 2 weeks focusing on posting about challengers. And I'm telling you this because it's a great idea and it works. You know what I mean? So if you feel like it's going to work for you, then try it and implement it and work with it for a few months. But she spends the first 2 weeks of the month focusing on posting towards challengers and getting challengers for her group that starts on the third Monday of the month. And then she spends the last 2 weeks of the month posting about coaching and trying to recruit coaches to start them on the first Monday of the month in Coach Basics. I've decided to be posting about all of it all the time, right? Like I try to do some type of a coaching post every day and some type of a fitness/challenge group post every day. Am I perfect at it? No, but I'm getting there. I'm working on it. This is my plan. And my thought as well is that when I'm recruiting people to be coaches and when I'm talking to people about being coaches, I'm not going to throw them into a Coach Basics right away because I want to make sure that they are believers in the product. I want them to love Beachbody workouts. I want them to love Shakeology. I want them to understand the challenge group process because that's what we do is we help people in these challenge groups. So if they want to join me on this journey of coaching, I want them to have an insider view of what that means. Like I want them to see that from the challenger's eyes. So when I am recruiting, if for example, I have a handful of people right now who are talking to me about coaching and really want to earn an income from home and really want to do this and love watching my posts, right? I'm going to be putting them in a challenge group first. So yes, they may sign up as a coach, but they will be starting on the first Monday of the month as a challenger. I will talk to them and work with them one-on-one to be posting about their journey, be inviting close friends and family that first month to join them in another fitness challenge. But then that second month, we'll really dive into Coach Basics. So that's what I'm doing. Now you can see looking at my calendar that I have more than just my groups like organized here. Oh, and another thing. So I've been doing sneak peeks into coaching in the past. I'm not sure that I'm going to continue doing them. Maybe, like I'll still play around with it. I kind of am going to try to use my Facebook platform as a sneak peek. I want everyone who follows me and who reads my posts to know everything about coaching. I want them to know the ins and outs. I want them to know what I do. I want them to know that this is work, that this is a job. I want them to know how much joy I get out of it. And when people are interested in it, we can talk more of the like nitty gritty details, right? And you know what, to be honest, I do have a sneak peek in a coaching group that's just kind of open. So people who have a bunch of questions, I will just throw them in there and say, hey, look, this has tons of information. Go check it out. Tag me in something. Let me know if you have any questions, but just go through the posts at your own leisure. I'll get back to you in a day or two. I'll follow up, whatever. So I do have that, but I'm not running like a specific week for Coach Basics. I'm using my entire platform or not Coach Basics, sneak peek, sorry. So I'm trying to use my whole platform as a sneak peek. Anyways, I've also written in on my calendar other things that I will be doing. For example, at 8 o'clock on Tuesday nights, that's when I'm doing my Coach Basics Zoom. So it'll be just like this, except for everyone that's in Coach Basics. Obviously, Thursday nights, you can see my 7:15 p.m. Zoom. That's our team call. I have decided that I need to expand more, so I will be blogging and doing more YouTube, which totally freaks me out. But that's what this business is about, right? Is stepping outside of that dang comfort zone and getting outside of the box and trying things that scare us, because that's how we're going to grow. So you can see I've got Monday, Wednesday, Friday are my blog days. Tuesday and Thursday are my YouTube days. And yeah, on Fridays, you'll see I also plan on doing the Success Club updates for our team. So we all have kind of an idea of where everyone is and how we're doing. And there you go. I'm also, let's see, where did I put that? Now, I don't know how many of you guys have listened to the Surge yet, the Bombshell Surge, the latest one, but I have literally been taking it like one person at a time. Like I just have not had 2.5 hours to sit down and listen to the whole thing. I've had like 20 minutes here and there. So I am like 2 or 3 people in is all. Like I'm just barely at the beginning still. But I think it was Katie Ersta that talked about her free group process and how she runs a free group, moves them into kind of like this holding spot that's like a sneak peek, and then helps them to become challengers. I love her idea. I love the way she runs that. I'm going to try that. I want to be better at doing my my free groups, because I think that's all about adding value and helping people. So you can see right there on the second Monday of the month is when I'm going to do just a 5-day free group. And then that'll give me 2 more weeks to really connect with these people and hopefully help them see the value in challenge groups and how they can help them. So there you go. There's a really quick rundown of my work calendar and what I'm doing. And again, like, I'm figuring out what works for me. So you need to figure out what works for you as well. If you are a newer coach on my team, then you, of course, are welcome to invite people to my challenge groups. You guys know that. Let's keep going. All right, objective, recruit with a purpose and a strategy in order to attract the right people. Now, let's be honest, our marketing plan is all about building our business. And the only way this business is going to become a 6-figure income business, if that's your goal, which it is for me, then we need to be recruiting. That's what this is all about. Spreading the joy, right? Bringing new people into our business, helping them succeed, helping them find new people to help. So recruiting is like the point of having a marketing plan. There should be zero negative connotation with recruiting, you guys. I hope that you don't get freaked out by that. I hope you don't get overwhelmed by that. Think about why you became a coach in the first place. Like, what was it about the person you signed with that made you feel like, okay, I want to join them in this? And be that, like, do that. Post like that. Here, we're going to talk a little bit more about this. I just had to throw in some team photos because you guys rock. Okay, so how to identify your ideal coach. Like, first of all, we obviously want to be recruiting people that we are going to love, right? Like people that we can hang with. So what I want you to do is imagine the perfect coach. Like, imagine to yourself, what would the perfect coach be like? How would you describe that person? And I'd ask you too, like, are you being that person? Are you being that perfect coach? Like, when you think about the coaches that you want to be recruiting, are you being that? Like, are you portraying that? Are you working as hard as you want them to work? Are you hitting Success Club like you want them to? Are you helping people? Are you, everything. Think about all of the qualities you want in the ideal coach, and then ask yourself if you're being that as well. So here's my little mini assignment for you, and take it or leave it. But I want you to write out the person you want in your business and post only to that person. So in other words, like, write out, like, imagine, like, is this like a Christian mom who likes to do service and is, I don't know, like, was uncomfortable with her body, but just like picture everything, like picture the details, envision who this person is. Is she someone that you would go and like grab a cup of coffee with? Or is she someone that, whatever, like, write out your ideal coach and then create some posts now that you can schedule later. And again, you're posting just to that person. I think a mistake that I made at the beginning was trying to be broad, trying to let everybody like me, trying to reach everybody. And the fact is, that's like not gonna work. There are people out there who are not going to mesh with me, and that's okay. They're obviously not part of my tribe. They're meant for someone else. That's cool, So we need to figure out who that person is that we are trying to help and trying to recruit and trying to get to know and trying to connect with, and post to that person. I remember, so just side note, my husband, Sean and I, like, this is our business together, right? Like, he can't always be like with me, but we talk about the business every night, and we talk about you guys, and we talk about, like, this is our family thing. Like, we just love this together. He's a lot like, again, if you watch the story, she's a lot like Lindsay Matway's husband, who he's like, I just kind of want to like be your sidekick and help you out however I can, but I don't want to post, he's like, I don't want to like invite people to do this. I want you to go ahead and take care of that. But anyways, so I kind of branded myself as Power Mom Fitness. And the reason I did that was because in my brain, I found my mom power. Like I became a better, more powerful mother when I got fit and when I took care of my health and when I jumped into this as a challenger. And it really changed things for me as a mother. So when I kind of branded my like page and everything as Power Mom Fitness, my husband was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like you are totally secluding people who aren't women and who aren't mothers or, you know, whatever. And obviously we've got people on this team who aren't mothers, and like, that's not at all what I mean to do. Like I love all my peeps and I am friends with and connecting with and being contacted by people who are not moms. So it's not like a mom thing, but that's like me. Like that was my thing, was me finding my mom power. So when I'm posting, I'm really posting towards moms. And let's be honest, that's my life. Like my life is coaching and motherhood. So that's my niche. Like that's my thing. And I finally had to kind of help my husband figure that out. Like I was like, look, I'm probably not going to coach many guys. The fact that we have Chris Pinkston on this team is kind of a miracle. And if we weren't related, he probably would not have been on our team. You know what I'm saying? So find your niche and don't be afraid to just stick with that niche. Don't try and be too broad. Just post to your one perfect coach that you want. Okay, I think I'm getting towards the end. I can't remember here, but work harder and smarter. You know, I've thought a lot about Gary Vee, and he, if you guys didn't get a chance to be at Summit or to hear what he had to say, like, look up the videos, like look him up, listen to him. He's such a straight talker. Like I've been a Gary Vee fan for a little while. And so getting to see him at Summit was really cool. But he straight up told us Beachbody coaches, he was like, look, I did my research before coming here and you guys don't work hard enough and you're whiners. That's what he said. I was like, oh man. But anyways, the work harder and smarter, like, I mean, I don't really know let's see, how do I say it? You need to figure out what you want and then work for it, right? Like that's like how it is in life, like with anything. We're not going to build a 6-figure income in a year by doing the bare minimum, by just barely hitting Success Club. And by the way, and I know this is going to sound like, it's funny because I've always been a little bit like chill about Success Club. It's the way that Beachbody gauges or gives us the ability to gauge if we are moving our business forward and helping people, right? But I was watching a few things and checking out some of Melanie Mitro's videos and her blog and her pages and things recently. And she straight up is like, you have to freaking hit Success Club, period. Like, that's it. You have to. It's a non-negotiable is what she said. And I've kind of used non-negotiable as like, yeah, like I work for it every month. Like that's a non-negotiable. And I will tell you guys, I've never missed a month. Like I've never missed a month of Success Club ever. I'm sitting at 4 right now. I'm not stressed about it because I have tons of conversations going. But my point is we can do it. Like if we want this to happen, if we want to build up this big, amazing business that can potentially take care of our families and provide us the freedoms that we would love to have, then Success Club is the bare minimum. Below Success Club is hobby coach. If you're building a business, you're hitting Success Club, like period. But anyways, work harder and smarter. Okay, so my day-to-day, in the morning, I get up and work out. I won't lie, this summer, sometimes it was like noon. Like I blame it on the pregnancy, but today was day 1 of school, and I was downstairs at 5:45, got my workout in with my cute little girls, because when I start the day off with a workout, everything else seems to go smoothly. So I get that thing done first thing. And then again, follow-up and invites. Those are my big frogs. So I get those done in the morning, right after I send the kids off to school. Some other things I like to do, I work on the blog, work on my like page, make new images. The race against the clock. This is something that we've probably heard, and we've talked about it a little bit at different times, like when we're talking power hour stuff. But I will give myself like, okay, I've got 30 minutes to check into my groups, tops, and set the clock and race against that clock. And also 30 minutes, like within that time, to review my Facebook and email messages and prioritize my responses. Because some of them are not urgent, some of them are. So that's kind of like just to get myself moving. Like, honestly, I can set my girl, my goodness, my second grader, she can sit at the table for like 2.5 hours and not get a single thing done. Okay. And then if I set the alarm clock for 15 minutes, she can have all of her homework done and like have every answer correct. She just blows my mind. But it's like she needs that, like, okay, you're going to be punished if you don't get this done. Here's the alarm. So anyways, I do that to myself. She probably gets it from me. I don't know. But I do that to myself to get things going. Personal development lately is just listening to books, audiobooks, podcasts, National Wake Up Calls and things while I'm getting ready, while I'm cleaning, while I'm driving. I just simply don't have time to sit down and read a book. I wish I did. I want to. I love reading. But I can't. So I do have now let's see if I can find out my messy desk. Here we go. I have just this little notebook. It's my personal development book. And I keep it close by when I am listening to things so that I can jot things down. I can pause my audiobook or whatever and jot things down. So I am trying to absorb what I'm listening to, not just like get through books. Extras that I do when I have time, and I schedule these in as well, but like page trainings, any special projects, things like that. And I've got this 80-20 rule where I try and spend 80% of my work time is on my own personal business, right? On contacting new people, creating new relationships, figuring out posts, scheduling posts, blog posts, writing out different ideas for YouTube videos, for blog posts, for Facebook posts, whatever. And then only 20% of my time is spent on the team. And you guys need to do the same thing, 80-20. Like, this is kind of how it's going to be forever. Like, I've heard that when you get to about the 10 to 15 star diamond range is when it's going to get closer to a 50-50, where you're spending more time with your team and less time building the team, I guess. But even then, I think that's more of like a 15-star diamond thing, which is coming, guys. We're going to get there. But 80-20 rule, I make sure that 80% of my work time is spent on building my business and doing business building activities. I guess that was it. Okay, last thing that I didn't say, control the controllable. So obviously there are things that are out of our control, like business-wise and life-wise, you know. So when you're setting your to-do lists, and when you're setting your schedule, and when you're setting your whatever for your business, the main thing is make sure you're controlling the controllable. You can control how many people you invite every day, how many times you post every day. You can control getting your workout in and posting about it. You can control drinking your Shakeology and sharing that with someone. So control the controllable. Know what you want to and need to accomplish, and then do it. I think that's it. Let's see if I can stop the screen share. Oh, let's see. I don't even know. I've got 4 minutes left. Whew. All right. Too bad I could not see that on my, oh, new share. I don't want to new share. You guys, why? Stop share. Oh my goodness. I still have so much to learn with technology. Okay. So there you go. There's my marketing plan, whatever. Does anyone have any thoughts or questions or ideas? Just unmute yourself if you do.
Kendra? Next time you start the call, you should post in the group, hey, the call's starting, because I was waiting for you to get back for dance. I could have been here the whole time.
I'm sorry. I posted the link. Did you see the link?
Well, eventually, yeah, like I pulled it up. I was like, what's going on? And then I saw it.
Sorry. Dude. It's recorded.
Yeah.
I hope. Yeah, it's recording. Thanks. I'll do that.
And Jill, I know that, can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry, hang on.
You're good.
I'm trying to come over the sickness. Anyways, I have a schedule that I have set up that if you want, I can share it in the group. Might give people ideas. You talked about knowing when you're going to start like your challenge groups and all that.
Uh-huh.
I can put mine in there just to give people an idea so that they could see the difference on like kind of how yours is set up and how mine is set up.
Absolutely. I'd love that.
Okay. So I could throw that in there to help.
Yeah,
out.
I appreciate that. And I really want to encourage everyone to look at your own calendars and figure out what is going to work for you. Like I said, I tried to do Melanie Mitro's thing because she's the #1 coach, right? So it worked, but it just didn't work for me. Like I couldn't quite wrap my brain around it for some reason. And I could feel myself, like I kept pushing back challenge groups a week because I just wasn't quite ready. So figure out what's going to work for you and then like do it and stick to it and give it a couple of months to make sure it either does work or doesn't work. Any other thoughts or questions? All right. Well, I don't want to make you guys like hang out forever, so I'll wrap this up. But thanks for getting on. It's always so fun to see you guys. Kendra, I'm so sorry that I didn't post earlier. I will do that next time.
Yeah, I was sitting there just doing dishes, watching my phone because, you know, the alert would come up on my phone.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, but my kitchen's clean. It's good.
Like 7:15, I'm gonna try and I'll post the link early, but 7:15 works for here. Like I pick my girl up and we're home at like 7:05, 7:10, and I can come in and just jump on. So if you don't see something from me, check the group because there's probably a link in there already. Because I can't promise that I'm gonna remember every week to be like,
No, you're fine. And eventually I just like, well, I'll go look at her other post and maybe it was on the bottom of that.
Sorry. Okay, you guys are amazing. I hope you got something out of this. And again, like check out YouTube and look up some other coaches because there have been a lot of great coaches that have put on some really great webinars and calls on marketing plans. So there you go. And if you have any thoughts or questions, just post them in the group. You guys are awesome.